So as we were saying in the previous video, about 100 words on your skills. What did you develop? And again, we're pulling out the most important ones. So if you had a real hard time getting information and you had to contact particular experts and you had to learn skills of networking, awesome. If you had some emails that you wrote that got you really good results, excellent. If you had to learn some new vocabulary because your topic's really technical, cool as well. So many different types of skills there. We want you to write a couple of sentences on the key ones, not every single one. Then we go on to why the information you collected was useful and how you got really useful information. So you might be saying something like, doing an experiment was really useful because it helped me answer focus question 3. Or I was able to get really great data from this academic journal, which I used to explore this point. So this one, a little bit shorter, it's more like 50 to 75 words-ish, couple of sentences of what was the most useful way of getting your data. Then we want to see if you can add to this. Some of you will not be able to because you chose random topics, and that's okay, you'll just have to skip it. But if you can use your information in your future life, please explain how. This is how you can get a really good grade, because you can say, look, I learned this information about how social media can enhance my business, and I'm running my business at the moment, and so I'm going to apply those techniques. And when I do that, I'm hoping to gain an additional presence online and actually enhance my entrepreneurial skills. That would be really cool. Same with your skills. If you learned how to write really good emails and now you feel like you can reach out to people more, brilliant. So that's the sort of depth that we want. We want you to really kind of give us specifics. So if we look back at taxidermy, we can see that he has given us a story about what he was doing. So to begin with, we got some interesting knowledge about taxidermy, and he explains he got that from different professionals. And then we got some skills about how to do the waterfowl project. And then we get some specific findings. Now, what I guess is not clear in this one is the structure. So it's not really clear how he was using that information to answer his question. And that's the difference between the A and the B band. When we then move into the next section, just in that top paragraph, we can see, he found something was useful and he got some new ideas from it. So the more you can talk about how your understanding developed, the better. If we look at surfboard, we can see that in his first paragraph, we discovered a lot of knowledge about his surf style. He is talking about increasing his understanding and then how he could take advantage of these things. And then he also talks about things that he had not thought of before and how by learning these new parts, he was able to do a better outcome. These sorts of red sentences, one aspect I'd never considered was this. I discovered that this discovery was very useful. All of that's really good language for this section of the project. The other thing is, if we go to our PowerPoint example, we can see that this student is talking about, their learning and what it is that they learned to become a better comedian. And then with that, they really talk about where I began my research and then how I developed those skills. Now, we want yours to be really specific. So we want you to say, I learned this thing and it made my project better because. So we want you to have those two parts. We're going to focus a lot of that when we're writing. Pretty much this section is 500 words in total. So I would be hoping that your submission at the end of this week is just under that with some examples so that you have some space to take on some feedback. So about 450 would be great. Good luck.